What's going on, everybody? David here. All right. I think I have everything working correctly now. I had some audio issues when I first started, and come to find out it was user error, so I didn't have things plugged in the right way. But I got that fixed, and then I opened up a stream 5 minutes ago, and I was talking, and nobody was responding, and realized I was on the wrong stream. So we got everything. Hopefully we have everything. You guys let me know that I'm in the right place. Just in the chat, say something so I know everything is working properly. So as you guys come in, just let me know you're here just by saying what's up. And I think everything is here now. Here, I'm in the right place and everything is working. Let's hope. So just let me know you're here just by saying what's up. I apologize for the time delay. I know it was like a half-hour time delay. I'll make it up. I'll do an extra half hour for you guys. And let's see. Jason, what's going on? Edwin, how you doing? David, what's going on? Wade, what is going on? Yeah, so what's up, Dolly? Thank you for waiting, Dolly. I know you were in there for a little bit. There were some other people in here too that were like, come on, Dave, let's go. Let's get this thing going. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying. So basically, let me kind of explain myself. So I just got my computer back, the one that I broke the screen on. So got that back. I was trying to set everything up, waited a little bit too late. I shouldn't have waited as long as I did. And I had to do some updates. So when it did the updates, it was taking a while for it to do that. And then when it came up, I wasn't able to get the audio to work. So I started, at that point, it was already after 7. So I started panicking, like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to figure this out. And so that was the problem there. What's going on, Brian? Lionel, what's going on? All right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the new, well, not the new cards, but the new sign-up bonus for Hilton, the Hilton Honors cards, 2 cards. And then we're going to talk about, I want to talk about this guy that got dragged off a plane. I don't know if you guys heard about it. I think this happened 2 days ago. So I want to talk about that, have a little discussion about that. And then we'll do some Q&A as well. But let me, since I don't have everything here, let's see, okay, yeah, no, I have that open. All right, so the only thing I need to open up is one more topic there. So as you guys come in, and I see there's people in here, just please hit the like button for me so we can promote this out to more people. And then also, let's see, let me know you're here just by saying hello or give me a little thumbs up emoticon or something, just so I know you're here. I can give you a shout out. All right, so let me pull up this one more thing and then we'll be ready to go. Hope everyone's doing good this Saturday. I'm doing good. I actually got out and did a ride. If you guys don't know, I used to ride bikes all the time. Like, you know, I bought a bike. I shouldn't say ride it all the time. I bought a bike last year and I started riding, and I really enjoy riding. But for the last 2 months, I haven't been riding. So I was able to get back out there this morning and had a really nice ride. I feel really good, but I was tired. So after the ride, I came back and tried to stay up, and I just fell asleep. This is like 2 hours ago, so that kind of set me back there. But let's pull up this article, and then we're going to start looking at the Hilton Honors. So what do you guys think about that? The Hilton Honors card. Do you guys think this is this going to get? Is this going to point you? Are you going to get the card? Does this kind of persuade you to get the card, being that they have a 90,000 now and 130? I'm always very, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't really jump on the Hilton points because they're really not valued that much, but you know, they're not valued that much. It's like 0.5 cents per point. So even though it's 90,000 or 130,000, it's still not, it's just not like Hyatt points. It just isn't. Although they are boasting these high numbers, and that's one thing you need to watch too when you're looking at these cards, these points, because when you look at the points and you say to yourself, "Oh wow, these are a lot of points," and you don't realize it's really not that much as far as how it equates to nights, free nights. Well, I don't know why I can't find this article. Let's see, where is this article? Oh, man. There we go, there it is. All right, so we have everything. So we'll pull up. Let me give shout outs now. So if you guys are in the room, please just let me know you're here just by saying what's up. Or just give me a little emoticon or a little happy face or something so I know that you're around and I can give you a shout out. Okay, so who's new in the building? D. Anderson, what's going on? And I said what's up to David already. World Walker, what's up? Champ, what's going on? Edwin, how you doing? All right, so if you guys have questions or if you guys have anything you want to talk about, put it in the chat and we'll talk about it in a minute. We're going to look at these two cards first, and then we'll talk about those. We'll talk about that as well, just so we can kind of get everything going here. All right, so here we go. So here are the new card, or not the new cards, the new sign-up bonus. You guys are gonna have to kind of bear with me. I'll get into my rhythm in a minute. Right now, I just got all this stuff going on. I got people knocking on the door, and I don't know what's up. So just give me a second to kind of get settled in, and we'll be good. All right. So these are the two new sign-up bonuses: 90,000, 100,000, and then 150,000 for the Aspire card. Now, out of all these cards, the Aspire card, that's a card that I would get because it offers so much. That is a good card. I will admit that is probably the best hotel branded card that's out there right now. It is a top tier card though. It's a $450 annual fee card. So be aware of that. You are going to need to spend that $450. But like I said in the video that I put out last week, I look at this as an investment. So even though it's $450, it's a $450 investment because you can easily get that money out of this card. This is one card where you can get that. You can definitely get the credits and all the things that this card has to offer. You can get it out of the card. So, but the cards that we want to look at today or really talk about today are these two cards here. So you have the regular American Express Honors card. That's the 90,000 sign-up bonus. And then you have the American Express Surpass card, which is 130,000 sign-up bonus, okay? Now, like I said, you have to look at the value of the points. TPGs value, they value the points and they do their little calculation. They value the points at about 0.5 or 0.6 cents per point. Okay, so not even 1 cent per point, which is not good, not good at all. So you're looking at, just to kind of put it out there, this, what did they say, 90,000 is equivalent to like $450. Or yeah, $450, and then 130,000 would be, you're just looking at half of 130,000. What's my math? I gotta do the math in my head. 65,000 or equivalent to $650. So that's 0.5 cents per point. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the cards and see what we're looking at. Yeah, let's see. Are they giving me any information here? I really do not like Hilton's or American Express, the way they have everything set up on their website. It's clunky. It really is. Okay, so you're gonna earn 90,000 bonus miles. That's after spending $2,000 within the first 3 months. So now this is gonna expire 8/28 of 2019. So you need to jump on this if you want to get this sign-up bonus. So if you wait around, you're not gonna be able to get it. So you want to get it by next month. Okay, so $2,000. This is a zero annual fee card. So $2,000 for a card this level, that is kind of a high minimum spend, considering, now I know there are plenty of other cards that are out there that have a higher sign-up bonus, but or higher minimum spend, but this is a zero annual fee card, so you have to kind of look at that too. Usually zero annual fee cards are like $1,000 minimum spend or $500 minimum spend for some of like the cashback cards. Let's see. So you're going to get 7 points for every dollar spent at Hilton Honors property, 2.5 points for every dollar spent. Let's see, each dollar. So restaurants, supermarkets, and gas stations. So the thing that really gets people a lot of times when it comes to these cards is they look at, wow, look, I get 5 points for every dollar spent at supermarkets, at gas stations, at restaurants. This is the best card out there, right? Well, like I said, you have to look at how valuable those points are. So you can really just cut it in half. So if they're telling you it's 5 points for every dollar spent, really it's 2.5 points for every dollar spent. If you look at it as a 1 cent per point, which 1 cent per point is bare minimum where you should be as far as value, but this is going to be half of that. So you have to kind of take that in consideration. Still good though. Let's just say if it was half, 2.5 cents per point, and that's at supermarkets. So a lot of cards aren't going to give you the supermarket deal unless you have like a Amex Gold, and the gas stations. Gas stations, that's really good. So you can still earn the points, and they're very valuable in the sense that you're earning categories that aren't normal categories that you would earn in. So that's still good, but you do need to use a lot of points in order to stay a free night. Okay, then where are we at here? 3 points for every dollar spent on all other purchases. So that's pretty good. And then you can kind of look at that. 3 points for every dollar spent, really like it's 1.5 points for every dollar spent because you're only getting 0.5% return. I mean, as far as the value of the points. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining it for you. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm frazzled today. This is not a good day for me. Okay, and I apologize. Like I said, the whole thing that sets you off wrong is when you can't get something to work, and then it's just like, oh my God, this is going to be one of those live streams. So, yeah. So anyway, hopefully you guys understand that, and if I'm not explaining it, when I start reading the chat, you guys will definitely let me know, hey, no, you're wrong, or I don't understand what you're saying, that doesn't make sense. So that I can explain it better there. Okay, so looking at the Surpass card here, you're going to get 130,000 points. That's after spending $4,000 within the first 4 months. Now they're doing something interesting here, right? So they're doing it 4 months now instead of 3 months. This could be a new thing, right? This could be kind of, we had the tiered bonus set up. This might be another thing too, where they kind of spread it out. So instead of $3,000 within the first 3 months, now they're spreading it out $4,000 within the first 4 months to keep you using that card a little longer. So we might be looking at some point, we might be looking at $6,000 minimum spend within the first 6 months or something like that, just to keep you using that card longer. So yeah, interesting how they do that. So you get that extra, you get an extra month, but you do have to hit that threshold at 4,000. So it's a little more than most cards. Okay, same thing with as far as the date there, August 28, 2019. So you have to sign up prior to that in order to get this sign up bonus here. So that's good. Okay, so 12 times points at Hilton property. So that's pretty good. And like I said, if you really want to look at it, you want to break that in half. So if it says 12 times point or 12 points for every dollar spent, then really kind of look at it as 6 points for every dollar spent if you're going to get up to that 1 cent per point kind of setup there. 6 points for every dollar spent, and that's going to be at restaurants, supermarkets, and gas stations. So they give you one additional point, which is I don't know. Okay, so the first card we looked at was 0 annual fee. This card's a $95 annual fee. Man, I just wish they would have given. And just look across the board. So $95 annual fee, they give you one additional point for that category. And then you go to the $450 annual fee card, and they give you one more point. So 7 points for every dollar spent in those same categories. So just a little, it just seems like they could have jumped it a little bit higher. It just seems kind of weird how that played out. Okay, and then you get 3 points every dollar spent on this card as well for all other spend. So not bad. I mean, I like, and like I said, the Aspire card I think is just by far the best card when it comes to hotels. But these other two, I mean, I wouldn't look at them. I would want to go to that Aspire card. There's just too much that it offers. These are cards though, and I was doing a little bit of research, and these are cards that you can get one card and then you can still qualify for the sign-up bonus if you upgrade to the next level. So let's say you got the 0 annual fee card and you kept that for a little bit and you say, you know what, I want to graduate to the $95 annual fee. So you move up to that one, you can still get the sign-up bonus. Obviously, you're not going to get this sign-up bonus because it will expire prior to you moving up. You know, if you wanted to unless you already have the card. So if you have the card already, you might be able to qualify and get, graduate up. All right. So other perks here. Let's see. Just anything, and I don't really look at Hilton too much. So there going to be some things that I miss. So go ahead and put it out there. Yeah, you didn't say this, you didn't say that. You get this, you get that. I know Flashpoint. He's in the building. What's going on, Flashpoint? He has I believe he has a $95 annual fee to the Surpass. I think. Don't quote me on that. He'll let us know which one he has, but he has one of them. I know because he talked about it in our live stream last time. Okay, so car rental damage, travel accident insurance, global assistance hotline. Okay, so you get all that kind of stuff there. No foreign transaction fees, so that is good. Extended warranty, purchase protection. This purchase protection, I'm telling you, I just used it. Like I was telling you, I got my computer back. Not with this card, but a lot of travel credit cards will give you that purchase protection, and it's very, very. It's one of those things that you really want to use if you have a situation where you not only. And this says purchase protection. I shouldn't even say that. I think it's, what do they call it? Because they have purchase protection and they have, basically what I have is like it ensures your whatever you purchase an additional instead of 30 days it's 120 days. So if I want to return it, I can do that past that 30-day point, as well as if I damage it, like I broke my screen on my computer. So now I can put in a claim and I can get reimbursed for the screen. I had to get the screen fixed. It was $200. So they reimbursed me that $200, which is nice. So just something to think about. Like if you're making purchases, you should always use your credit card when you're making large purchases like that. Now, some cards are going to give you more as far as insurance, and some are going to cut you off. The one that I use, the World of Hyatt card, it was $500 or less. So if I had something that was like, let's say the computer was completely destroyed, and I had to get a new computer, well, they're only going to give me $500 towards that. They're not going to give me the full amount of the computer. So if you have different cards that when you make the purchase, if you're using a different card, then you might be able to get even more back. So just something to think about there. Okay, so I want to know what you guys think about this card, though. So just put it in the chat, like how you guys feel about it. I don't want to go over all the fine print there, but I just wanted to pretty much put it out there. Yes, there's a new sign-up bonus for both cards here. And they're limited time, so you want to jump on those. The Aspire card, that $150,000, they've had that for a little bit, so that's good. And the way I look at things, if I'm going to go all out, and I would get the Aspire card over these other two. That's just the way that I feel about it. Mainly because, I'm at a point now where if I see things that I know they're good value, even if it's a $450 annual fee, that's not going to keep me from getting the card, as long as I can get the value out of this card. So that's the way that I look at that. All right, so let me see who else is in the building here. If you guys are in here, please, first off, hit the like button for me so we can bring some more people in. And then also, just let me know you're here just by giving me a thumbs up, say what's up in the chat, or a happy face or something, just so I know you're here and I can give you a shout out. Nate and Jess, what's going on? I took your advice and I did jump in and talk about the Hilton Aspire cards. Let's see, who else? I said what's up to Dolly already. Okay, Paiso Gringo, what's going on, Jason? Thanks for coming back, man. I know you jumped in earlier and I was having some technical difficulties. Cornell, you as well. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. Quicksilver, what's going on? First time I've seen you here, Quicksilver. And all right, So let's see if we have questions, and then we're going to get on to the next topic as well, and we'll be talking about what happened on this airplane here. And I'm going to give my input. Basically, what I'll do is I'll show. Hopefully I can open up the audio here. Yeah, I think I can do desktop audio, and then we'll just show the video, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. But first off, let's kind of go through. I don't want to get too behind on all if there's questions and stuff like that. If you have a question specifically for me, just put at TEC. But I don't want to get too behind because I get way behind and someone will ask a question and I answer it like 30 minutes later, which is not appropriate. So I'll skim through. So if you have a question specifically for me, just put at TEC and I'll address that question. Okay, let's see. And Lionel's saying that I hate Hilton. I don't hate Hilton. I just have not had any. I've only had one good experience. It was my last experience, so maybe that'll kind of point me in the right direction or point me in the direction of Hilton. I just think I like the fact that Hyatt, I know what I'm getting when I stay at a hotel there. So I don't care where it is in the world. If I'm staying at a Hyatt, I know what I'm getting. With Hilton, they're kind of all over the place. Some of the hotels are nice. Some of the hotels are really, really old and need remodeling. So I like to kind of know what I'm getting. And I don't get that always with Hilton. In my experience, the Hiltons that I've stayed in. So that, and plus there's so many points that you need to stay at a Hilton, as well as a Marriott, so as well as an IG. So they're all kind of in that same ballpark where you need to put down a lot of points. And I don't really like. I'm one of those type of people. I don't need to be pampered at a hotel. I would rather spend my points on airfare, and I'll stay in an Airbnb in a minute to save on points and just pay the cash. Usually you can get some pretty good deals that way. So if there's no Hyatt available, I'm usually going to stay at an Airbnb. Okay. All right, so David's just talking about referrals. Yeah, on the Facebook group. So you guys want to jump into the Facebook group and join the Facebook group. There's referral links there, so you can either post a referral link if you want to do that, or you can do both. Post one and use the referral links that are there. And we should be helping each other out when it comes to this. We're all signing up for different travel credit cards. So if you see a referral link, someone's referral link, use that referral link. It doesn't cost you anything, and it does help that person out, as well as put your referral links on there, and we'll return the favor. So it's just something that I think we should be helping each other out when it comes to that. And the Facebook group is a perfect space for you to do that. And we have them all as a link. So it's a different. It's a tag post, or pin post. There you go. It's a pin post, so you can just go in there, and it doesn't. I don't recommend people putting referral links on here because, first off, it's not going to go through, and I'm not going to let it go through because I don't want to just have a bunch of referral links every time we come into a chat. It gets a little, it gets too much. Okay, let's go ahead and move on down. So questions, guys. What do you guys think about this Hilton card, or the 2 Hilton cards with the sign-up bonus? Is this going to kind of persuade you to get the card, or are you still just like, it's not a big deal? Let's see. Flashpoint, I got 150,000 to send. Oh, well, now surpass card. Okay. So he got the 150,000 sign-up bonus with that surpass card. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, David, you're late. He didn't start till 7:30. You're not late. Yeah, I know. I was late, so you guys came in. Nate and Jess think they're late, but no, they're not late. I was the late one today. 1 cent is pushing it with Hilton. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's like 0.5 cents per point or 0.6 cents per point, which is really, really low. It's a lot of points. I mean, the value is really not that good. Okay. Norville, what's going on? First time seeing you here, Norville. Life or business, what's going on? Okay, we skipped down a little bit here. Okay, so Talila was saying, "You're fine, David. Everything is working. So just breathe." Yeah, it's. I'm gonna tell you guys, at Flashpoint, he's gonna be in this situation soon when he starts doing his live streams. But live streams are the easiest thing to do when it comes to YouTube videos, in the sense that they're the easiest thing to not to set up. Once, if everything is working properly, they're the easiest thing to do, because all you're doing is talking, you're answering questions, you're going back and forth with people. So it's easy in that sense. There's no editing or anything like that. But it is the hardest thing to do if you have technical difficulties, or just fine tuning it, getting it to the way that you want it. It's hard, because just think about it. Like, if I'm doing a live stream, I can't see myself. Like, I can see myself in the little screen here, but I don't know how the audio sounds when I play back. I don't know what's going on behind me, what it looks like, all that. So it's not easy in that sense. And then to pull up all the little things that you have, your little chat windows and all this stuff. So there's a lot that goes into it, and it only takes one thing to go wrong, and it will set you back. Like I said, I updated my computer, and then when I turned it on, then I had to update the software that I use in order to run the stream, and that took forever to update. And then when I came in, my audio wasn't working, so I had to try to fix the audio. So it's one of those deals that it's not an easy task. It's an easy task once you have everything working properly, but it doesn't always work properly. Sometimes you're going to have these hiccups, and when you do, it's just like, okay, I'm live. How am I going to do this? How do I figure this out? So, okay, what credit score is needed for this card? If we're talking, I haven't gotten either of these cards. Lionel's saying 680 plus. And I would say that's kind of standard for most cards, 680 or above. When you get it, I know with the Chase Sapphire cards, Sapphire Preferred, Sapphire Reserve, you want to be 700 plus. I would even say 720 is a safer number for you to be, especially if you want to try to get that reserve card. You want that credit score to be a little bit higher, and you need to have. I don't know what their threshold is when it comes to income, but you do need to have decent income in order to get that reserve card. But yeah, I don't know about the Hilton, but Lionel saying 680, so we'll go with 680. That sounds good to me. Life for business, money time. Okay, came in late. What's your thought about going with a lower tier card and then waiting for upgrade offers each? So waiting for upgrade offers for each card. Yeah, and I think I did mention that, Norville, where you can get the zero annual fee card, and then you can still graduate up and hit those sign-up bonuses as you do. I mean, that's a good strategy if that's what you're. I'm over it. I would just want to go to the, and I guess maybe that's not the right way to do it, because I can still hit some sign-up bonuses along the way, but. I would really be eyeing the Aspire card, because I want to get the benefits that card offers. So that's just the way that I look at that. Okay. Dark Child. What's it? Dark Child. Okay. Hey, what's up? This is my first time. Welcome to the group, man. Welcome to the group. So we are glad to have you here. If you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to put it out there. TEC, the Hyatt card. Let's see, TEC, the Hyatt cards. What are you asking me, David? I don't understand that. Brian, what's going on? Giving diamond status with the card is cool. For those of you who don't travel constantly, not so much for those of us who spend 100 plus nights per year. Yeah, diamond status is. Some of these cards, that's funny. I just thought David retract that. I don't know what you're trying to say, David. That's why I didn't understand it. He just retracted his comment that he put out there. Okay, so yeah, having diamond status is that's one of those real good perks that this card offers, the Aspire card. giving you like top tier status, which I wish Hyatt would have like a top tier card like this one, $450 annual fee, and then they give you their globalist status. That would be nice, but they don't. But Hilton does, so you can pretty much buy your way in, and it's so affordable because you have to look at when you're really trying to hit these thresholds as far as reaching different elite status. It costs money. I mean, you're gonna put some money in there because they're gonna expect you to stay. Like Hyatt, they want you to do what, 60 nights now. 60 nights. So you just think you're staying 60 nights. That's a lot of nights. So I can hit a diamond status, elite status with Hilton just by paying $450 a year. I mean, I would do it. It makes sense to do it because you're going to spend just for 2 or 3 nights. You're going to spend that much. Yeah, just something to think about when it comes to if you want to hit the elite status, that it makes sense. And then what you do is you status match over to Hyatt or over to Marriott or to IHG, and then you can get hopefully you can get their. Sometimes they're kind of funny about it, but hopefully you can get their top tier status over there by doing the status match. So there's a way to do it that way. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's see. Turn my phone down here. All right. Okay. Champ, let's see. Thoughts on keeping the Aspire long term because of the free night? And like I said, Champ, I think, and you can get there are other benefits. You have the credits with that card. I think $250 hotel credit, but I think it has to be with a certain hotel when you book with their. I can't remember the name of the hotel. Flashpoint knows. Dang, I should have Flashpoint on the show because he's got more knowledge about these Hilton cards. But you get that $250, and then you get the $200 airline credit as long as you can use it. You can't do the gift cards, but you can do some other stuff with that. So you get those credits, and then on top of that, you get the diamond status, which I'm telling you, that diamond status is I think is very valuable. The answer to your question, I think it's a good long-term card. I would pay $450 to keep it just because of the status that you can get, and you still are able to use some of those different credits. So that makes it a pretty powerful card. Okay. Let's see. Julio, what's going on? I was going to check out the Facebook group, but it's been so long. Wait, let's see. It's been so long that I have. This thing is moving as I read. I'm like, ooh, ooh. Let's see. It's been so long since I had used Facebook. I don't remember my username or password. Okay, yeah. Well, you got to get that info, and then you can jump in there and join the group. I can't help you out with that stuff. But it's definitely valuable. That as well as, and I'm going to put these in the description as soon as we're done here, because I can't. Let's see. I don't think I can pull it up right this second. Let me work on it while I talk. But that, and then we also have a WhatsApp group too. So if you guys have WhatsApp, I'm telling you, guys should. If you travel at all, you guys should have WhatsApp because it's kind of what's used around the world. We don't use it in the U.S. very often. Or it's not popular in the U.S., but in other countries, WhatsApp is like what everyone uses, and it's just it's kind of it's owned by Facebook, but it's like a text-based like. How do you explain? I don't even know how you explain WhatsApp. It's like a group text is what it is, but it's widely used all around the world. So I will post a link. Let me post a link. I can post a link to all that stuff right here. Just so you guys have it in the chat. And then at the end of the live stream, it will be in the description, as well as timestamps. I will be putting timestamps in the description as well. So if you guys are in here, if you catch this on a rebroadcast, you guys can go to the timestamps and you'll be able to find out, you'll be able to go straight to whatever you want to talk about. So we've been talking about the Hilton card, so that's going to be in a timestamp. And then the news story that we'll pull up and we'll talk about that will be in the timestamp as well. So Just so you guys know, and you don't have to watch the full on. Because sometimes I talk a long time, so you don't have to watch the full on thing there. Okay, so you guys are seeing all this stuff on my screen here. Let me pull this side by side back, and let's see if we can get that loaded. Because it's not loading. Okay. All right. Other questions here. Okay, we talked about that. Okay, hip. I have gold status with my Hilton Honors account through the Amex Platinum card. Cool. Yeah, that's another option too. So you can get gold status with the Amex Platinum. But I'm just telling you, like $450, you can get the diamond status with that Aspire card. So it's a really strong card because of that. Michael, what's going on? Actually, I'm missing a few people here. Jump down on me the screen here. Okay, Mr. Alexander, what's going on? What's the best way to redeem? Am I not plugged in? Oh, let's get the battery going. Hold on 1 second here. Oh, I'm just plugging in my computer, which is not plugged in. Let's see. This is one of those live streams that just continues. No, I can't even find it. Where is it? Oh, man. There we go. All right. Almost lost everything because it just almost went dead. It was telling me it's getting ready to time out. Okay. So, Mr. Alexander, what's the best way to redeem MR points for max value? So you're saying the best way. Basically, I always look at Award Hacker when I'm ready to book stuff, and it gives me a pretty good idea of how to maximize using my points. So that's across the board, not just MR points, but Ultimate Reward points, thank you points. So I go on awardhacker.com, I type in the information where I want to travel to, and then it'll spit out kind of the value. As far as hotels, I don't do anything fancy with hotels. I mean, it's pretty much out there. You're not really going to get a better deal. They're going to tell you how many points you need for each night. The hotel chain will tell you, and then you just have to kind of go with it. But you can maximize your points. You can get better value when it comes to airlines because you can go through some of the different transfer partners and really maximize when it comes to that. So that's, Mr. Alexander, that's the way that I do it. So that's my advice to you. Okay, Casey, what's going on? These 3 cards are better than the Hyatt card. Okay, that's your opinion, David. That's your opinion. This is, like I said, the way that I look at it is I look at the point value, and the point value is just not, I can't justify, like I was saying, if you're getting 0.5 cents per point, 0.5 cents per point, then that's half of everything that it's saying on that chart. Like they're telling you, okay, you can get 5 points for every dollar spent at restaurants, down the line. That's 2.5, which I get it. 2.5 is still higher than some of the categories that Hyatt offers, but you also get some other perks with Hyatt that I like, and the properties. Like I'm telling you, the properties, when it comes down to it, that's a huge. I want to stay at a property that's a nice property, and I've stayed at some Hilton properties in nice places where you think it would be a nice property, like in Kauai, and that Garden Inn was not worth the money at all. And I would think that would be like, okay, that would be one of their top-notch hotels right on the beach, perfect location and everything. Just the hotel, the upkeep was really bad. Okay. Citus, what's going on? Okay, so he's saying, so you keep diamond status as long as you have the card. Yes, that is correct. So as long as you have the card, you're going to have diamond status. And that alone, I'm telling you, that's worth that Aspire card, really. I mean, if you travel enough, you're going to want that diamond status because it will allow you to get the upgrades and all that stuff. So we're talking $450 investment in order to get that. I think it's really good, because if you want to try to get it on your own, you're going to have a lot of nights that you're going to have to stay, and you're going to have to spend a lot more than $450 to get it. Okay. All right, we'll move on here. Just lost my place a little bit. Okay, so Michael saying, Hyatt is great transfer partner for Chase and for short stays. The point value with Hilton, Marriott, and IHG really increases when you include the free night with when booked with points. Yeah. Okay, I agree with that, Michael. Let's see, Casey. I hate the credits on the Ascend, and I'd rather put spend on other cards that work for the 15,000 free sign up. Yeah, that's the free night. So, and that's similar to Hyatt as well, where they have that 15,000 additional. If you spend 15,000 on the card, then you get that free night. Okay. All right, so we'll move on, and I want to talk about this incident that happened on a plane, and I'm just going to give my kind of like my input on what I think about mainly how it was handled. And I don't know if you guys heard about it or not. Just let me know in the chat if you heard about it or not. But I just want to show the video, and then we'll get into it. Sam, what's going on? Hyatt is good. They just don't have as many options. Yeah, that's true, as Marriott and Hilton. They don't. Their footprint is small, and that's one of their biggest drawbacks with the Hyatt, and that's why I stay at Airbnbs a lot. And that's initially why I started staying at Airbnbs, and then I realized, you know what? I kind of like staying at Airbnbs over staying at hotels. So when I can, I'll stay at a Hyatt, but if they're not available in the area, and I like to go to Colombia. You have one Hyatt in Colombia, the whole country. They're getting one more, but they only have one right now. So yeah, when I go to Colombia, I already know I'm doing an Airbnb. So that's the way I do that. Champ, let's see. Say you're banned from Hyatt for life. What's your go-to after that? So if I was banned from Hyatt for life, my go-to would probably be. That's a really good question. It would probably be Marriott. I would probably go with Marriott because it still falls in my Chase. Although the points are not valued the points are not valued very good. So. But I would probably go with Marriott if I had to pick a hotel chain. I just would not do IHG. I'm not really impressed with IHG, their properties. Although I haven't stayed in Intercontinental yet, but I have stayed at like their Hiltons, their Holiday Inns and the Holiday Inn Express and stuff like that. So not really a big fan of those. So I would probably I would go with Marriott. Okay. All right, guys. So what we're gonna do? We are gonna open up full screen here. No, not full screen. We're gonna do desktop. Okay. So 1 mile at a time. They put out this. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I think it might have been 2 days ago. But what happened? And I'll just kind of talk about it a little bit, and then we'll watch the video, and then we'll have a little discussion. Hopefully this is okay with you guys. I mean, I don't know. I'm still trying to work out all the kinks and stuff. I do want to do news from time to time when we talk about stuff on the channel. I don't want to just talk. I mean, we can do news about travel credit cards, but also news about travel because I think it's important, and it's along the lines of what we talk about in our live streams. But basically, there was a situation that happened on a plane. This was I believe it was in Rome. This is a Romanian airline. So I think it was in Rome, or I think it says right here, Bucharest to Cairo. So they were in Bucharest, and then they were going to Cairo. So what happened is family sat in the emergency exit row. And if you sit in the emergency exit row, you have to speak in this case, English or Romanian. And they didn't speak either. And so, and that wasn't their seat, right? They weren't supposed to sit there. They just decided to sit there. Most people like sitting in the exit row because you have more leg room, right? So that's what happened. That was a situation. So they sat there. Flight attendants went over and tried to tell them, hey, you guys can't sit here. And that's when all this took place. The lady that was, I think the mother, I think it was a mother, a child, her mother, her son, and then her husband. The mother got really upset and went back and forth, and it got to the point where she spit at or on one of either the flight attendants or the crew that was there. And so at that point, that's when the captain was like, okay, they need to leave, okay? And at that point, then this is what transpired. And this is, the first video is, I'm not sure if what does it say here? I'm not sure if the first video is after the fact, and I think it is, because I don't see the gentleman that they dragged out of the plane. I don't see him there. But the second video shows them, them actually dragging him out. So the second video has more information on it. So we'll play that one. And after that, then we'll discuss it. And I just want to kind of know what your guys' input is. Obviously, and I'm going to say this off, before it even starts. Anytime it comes to a point where if you're spitting at somebody, yeah, you need to leave the plane. I mean, I don't fault the airline at all for taking care of this situation the way. Well, I do. I'll tell you what I think should have happened, but I don't fault the captain, for saying yes, they need to leave the plane. So, all right, let's go ahead and play this. Hopefully the audio works and everything. And can you guys hear the audio? Because I don't think it's playing. Let me know if you guys hear audio. Can you guys hear the audio? Let me know if you guys can hear the audio. No audio. Okay. Of course. Let me see here. Okay, I don't have the audio up. All right. Let's turn the audio up. We'll start it again. And let's see if I can do full screen on this. Aha, there we go. This might be loud. You can hear now, right?
He has a child! Stop! No, I have every right to record this. I'm sitting. No. I'm sitting down. No. I have every right to record this. Please! Come on! Oh my God, he has a child! Oh my God! He has a child! His wife is sick! ايه ده يا جدعان يا مصريين بتتفرجوا علينا مش حمزي مش no what is it يا جدعان كده I have every right to record this. You cannot tell me I can't record.
He has the right to make a picture. He has the right to make a picture.
I have every right.
Make a video.
I'm making it.
No.
It's my right.
She has the right to make pictures. She has the right.
It is not forbidden. What are you trying to hide? You know that what you're doing is not okay. You're trying to hide it. That says everything. It says that you know it's not okay to do this. Don't stop me. Don't stop me.
كلنا هننزل كلنا ننزل تحت كلنا ننزل تحت اقعد كلنا هننزل في الطيارة كل ده ستيشن ايه خلينا ننزل بالطيارة I'm going to fuck everyone. My son is crying. Don't shout to her. Don't worry, baby. Don't worry. Don't worry. I don't fucking care about anyone. Don't worry. Okay? What the fuck? You يا جماعة مش هننزل كلنا بالطيارة صوبي بالطيارة هننزل بالطيارة Bring an ambulance please A doctor you fucking doctor please she has passed out She has passed out
Can you leave? No, I want to go. No, can you make space? Can you make space?
كلنا هننزل بالطيارة الطيارة دي مش هتتنقل ما equipamento fica aí. ايه حبيبي بابا حبيبي بس Bring the doctor now My mother is sick Bring my mother Bring the doctor please Quick moment Take the doctor Bring the doctor Bring the doctor Okay, bring the doctor Okay What you do now? What you do now? What you do now? Come look with the mother What's going on? You have heart problem man The doctor is there Where's there? On the other side. Mama. Addiction behind that.
All right. Wow. So let me come back on the screen here. All right, so obviously that was insane as far as all the stuff that's going on. And I agree with the captain saying, yes, they need to remove these people from the plane. I just don't agree on how that all transpired, like how they did that. This, as well as the situation that happened in United, and these are different, okay? These people lashed out. The lady spit at one of the crew, so, you know, totally justifiable handling the situation. But get everybody off the plane. That's all you have to do. Have everyone get off the plane first, and then you deal with the situation. Don't deal with the situation with all these people, because now you have an angry mob surrounding you and yelling and screaming, and now you're putting yourself, as far as the security team that was there, they're all, the whole crew is you know, their safety is in jeopardy now because you have this angry mob that's around you. So have everyone exit the plane first. Get everyone off the plane and then deal with the situation. And I'm pretty sure that situation wouldn't have even gone that way. They probably would have gotten up and walked off the plane, right? Because they know the plane's not going anywhere. And there's no reason. I mean, at that point, if they're the only one sitting on the plane, you can kind of talk with them, negotiate a little bit better, and tell them, hey, look, bring someone in that speaks. Because I don't think there was anyone in there that spoke their language. I don't know where they were from, but you get the people off. You get everyone off the plane, and that should be common practice. Like you saw the gentleman there standing in front of the lady that was recording. And trying to like put his hand in front so she couldn't record. Just get everyone off the plane. You get them all off the plane and you don't have to worry about any of that. So that's just my take on the whole thing. I think it could have went a different way. I agree with, yes, they needed to exit the plane. These people, the family needs to exit the plane, but do it in a different way. Like, and I would hope that airlines are watching this and they say, okay, yeah, from now on, we need to they get you off the plane for a variety of different reasons, right? You get something that breaks on the plane and they can't fix it right away, everyone exits the plane. And then you have to wait, or you might have to get on another plane or what have you. In this case, they all still had to exit the plane because they had to exit the plane. I don't know if they were sitting on the plane for 2 hours or they had to sit on the plane for a while and then they exited the plane. I don't know, but they all had to leave the plane. So do that. Just exit the plane and then deal with the situation. It's safer for everyone. I mean, you got people grabbing and pulling, you got all these babies and stuff, and you see a lady with a baby in her arms and kids crying and other people screaming and saying, oh, get medical, my mom needs medical attention, and it's just a fiasco. So situations like that, you need to take control of that environment by getting everyone off. So that's the way I feel about it. And definitely let me know what you guys think in the chat. I just think it blew up, and you saw, like, at first you saw it, it was chaotic, and then it got to the point where, like I said, it was like a mob mentality where you had people lashing out and screaming and yelling, which was endangering the whole crew that was there. So I do have a question for you guys, though. Do you guys know as far as recording on a plane? Like, do you have a right to record on a plane? And this is something that I didn't know. Actually, I was flying on American Airlines. This was a couple of months after the United incident happened, and I remember sitting on the plane. I'm listening to them go through their little spiel before we take off, and one of the things they said was that you cannot record. You can't use audio or video equipment to record. And a lot of airlines have this same thing in place. Now, do they enforce it? Usually not. And mainly because some of them will say you can record personal events. So I can record a personal event, like I get my food, sitting in first class, I get my food and I want to take a picture of my food, or record myself eating my food, whatever, or record my seat, all that. That stuff that's acceptable. It's personal. It's a personal event, but you cannot record any type of like procedures, stuff that the flight attendants do, or in this case, it's a procedure, right? They're exiting someone from the plane, so stuff like that you're not allowed to record. And you have to understand, you sign off when you buy your ticket. You're signing off on these certain agreements. So if it is in the agreement, which I think in most, well, at least the legacy carriers, they do have that in place where you're not allowed to record stuff like that. So yeah, just something to think about too. So if you're ever on a plane and you see something going down and you think, oh, you know what, I'm going to pull my camera out and start recording, you can. But if they ask you to, stop recording, they can kick you off the plane too because you're recording. So just be aware of that, and definitely know what's in the terms and agreements. Which most of us, we kind of skim through it, but we don't really read it. But know what's in those terms agreements, and especially if you're on a foreign airline carrier. yeah, you want to follow all the rules. You don't want to end up in locked up abroad for something like this. But yeah, I don't think it would have gone. And I'm Monday morning quarterback, and I know, and I hate the fact that I hate the fact that I'm doing it this way, but it's just when I saw that first United thing, it was the same thing. When I saw the United thing, the first thing I thought of was get everyone off the plane, and kind of peer pressure too. You say, okay, you go on. The captain comes on and says, okay, we have a situation and we need everyone to exit the plane. Now you're going to have those people probably turn against this person that doesn't want to leave the plane, right? And it might kind of do the reverse where that person will be like, you know what? All right. And they'll just get up and walk off, right? So you might be able to diffuse the situation by just doing that, by just saying, okay, we're going to start, we're going to have everyone exit the plane. That might get that person to realize, okay, you know what? Let me just get off the plane before I just make everybody upset. So, yeah, just let me know what you guys think about it in the chat if you can, if you guys even want to talk about it. But I just think that was chaotic, and that was my whole thing is it's dangerous it was dangerous for the crew, and it's dangerous for the people that are around that whole situation. And you're just opening yourself up as a company. You're opening yourself up to even more lawsuits because if they're dragging him out and he kicks someone or hits someone, I mean, talking about passengers or even the crew, then now you're opening yourself up to some more lawsuits where they're going to be suing. Well, yeah, they drugged this person off the plane. I just happened to be sitting there and, I got kicked or injured. There are probably going to be some people that are going to say they were traumatically affected by this whole situation. So get them all off the plane, walk them off the plane, and then take care of the situation and then move on. All right, so let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I'm on the right track or if I'm just completely wrong and they should have just done it the way they did it and what have you. Okay, so let's see here. All right. Okay, I know video might be controversial and offensive to some viewers. Laugh out loud. This is what you have become now, PC Nation. All right. I don't know if I understand exactly what you're saying, but yeah, I mean, we all have cameras and people record everything, so things do get out there. Nate just says that's a hot mess. Yeah, yeah. And people, there were some upset people on that plane, and like I said, danger. You're really setting yourself up. Some of the security didn't have a weapon, but one of the officers did have his gun on his hip, and you got people surrounding you. That's the worst. It's a worst case scenario. You don't want to be in that situation where you have people all around you and they're upset. They're upset at you. You don't want to be in that situation. So you need to, at the very least, you need to have everyone move. Let's say you don't want to have them exit the plane for whatever reason. Then the people on those rows right there, you guys need to get up and then just start walking people down the aisle, and so you have your space, because that could get really ugly really fast. All right. Let's see. Sam, the crew should have evacuated the plane and have the authorities remove the offending passenger. That would have been appropriate. Yeah. So that's what Sam's saying. Same thing. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't understand why everybody on a plane was getting so upset. Yeah, I don't know what the situation was. I did read in the article. And this is on 1 Mile at a Time, too, just so you know. I'll post a link, too, so you guys, if you guys want to read the article. And there was also a letter that a person wrote. Why am I not signed into my chat? All right. Still not signed into it. Oh my God. All right, let me pull this chat up here. Yeah, so in the article they talk a little bit more about the whole situation. I think there was a delay and they had been sitting for. I mean, they had been waiting for a long time, so people were already upset just at the airline in general. And then I think this is what really just got people just furious. Let's see. And it could backfire too. You tell people to leave and then not everyone wants to leave, or, I mean, I don't know. I just think that's the right thing to do, to have people exit the plane and then deal with the people who, if you have other people that say, I don't want to leave the plane, then you deal with them too, I guess. But most people are going to follow the rules and just get off the plane. And so if it does come down to, okay, you have 4 more people that don't want to leave the plane, well, then you can deal with them accordingly. But yeah, you need to isolate the incident. Okay, Hip looked like they were trying to kill the guy. Yeah. No, I mean, he was fighting back. He didn't want to leave. And another thing that was really dangerous too, I don't know if you guys caught on to this, but they had a handcuff on one of his wrists, but it was loose. So that's a weapon. He could start swinging that thing around, hitting people, and injuring people. So like I said, that whole situation, it could have, it could have gotten a lot worse than what it is. It looked rough how they took him out of the plane, but it could have gotten even worse if you had some innocent bystanders getting injured because of the whole thing. Okay, Dolly, I believe one guy's mother was having heart issues. He was a younger guy in the back of the plane. Yeah, I think that was the mom that actually, the one that spit on the flight crew. I think she was diabetic or something like that. She was having some issues too, some medical issues as well. But like I said, it should never get to a point where you're spitting at someone. And if that's the case, then yes, captain. And the captain controls the plane too. That's something else that I think someone said in there. Well, they're not God or something like that, like the captain. Well, when you're flying, they control everything. So if they want you off the plane, you're off the plane. No questions asked. You need to exit the plane, especially after 9/11. They control that plane. That is their plane, and so if they see something that they don't like, then they have every right to tell you to exit the plane. Okay. At David, they wanted to be a part of the situation. Let's see. Airlines have protocols to handle emergencies. It just looks like the crew lost control. Yeah, and you would think, and this is Sam just saying that, I would think that should be the procedure. Like maybe it already is. Like it's in the books, and it is tough. Like if you are in a situation where everything is happening, and you're just thinking, okay, I just need to get this person off the plane or these people off the plane, and then we can de-escalate everything. But then it just starts blowing up and blowing up and blowing up. But I would just, I don't know, like have someone there, supervisor or something to say, hey, wait, we don't have to like get them off right this second. We have time. Time is on our side. We can have everyone exit the plane, and then we can deal with this person. Just take your time. And like I said, in most cases, the people would just get up and walk off anyway. It's not gonna. That's probably what would happen. Okay. Let's see. So Nate just says, I would say yes, at least the United States, but they also have a right to kick you off the plane too. Okay. I think you're talking about the captain. I have mixed feelings about it. Yeah. It's just, yeah, they have every right. And in this situation, it looks like there was assault. I mean, if you spit on someone, that's assault. And so that's why they were kicking that person off the plane, or kicking the whole family off the plane. They should have just shot the guy with a tranquilizer. What do you think? No, I don't think they had tranquilizers. And I heard someone mention taser too, like in the chat. Yeah, that's not something you want to do on a plane. Use a taser or even a weapon. Even though the plane's just sitting there still, there's just too much stuff out there. You don't want to, yeah. you don't want to cause a fire or anything like that. You use a taser and you might end up causing a fire on a plane, and then now you have a huge problem. So yeah, that like I said, exit everyone off the plane. That's the way to go. I think it benefits the airline. It was the airline. Wait. I think it benefits the airline. It was recorded. You can see where it was wrong, updated, correct their protocols. Yeah, I think, yeah, and I agree with you. So Nate and Jess just saying that they think it benefits the airlines because now they can see kind of how this really got out of hand really quick, and maybe they can change their protocol and do things differently. And I thought that would be the case looking at the United video, because in that situation they could have done the same thing and just had everybody walk off the plane and then dealt with the situation instead of and yeah, I don't know if the flight crew, because it wasn't the flight crew, it was actually the police department that went in there and the airport police that went in, and so it wasn't like, this seemed like it was more like they were all security, but security for the airline. I don't know. That's the way it looked like. That's the way it looked to me. Maybe it wasn't, but anyway, yeah, I think they need to kind of come together. So the police department, so the airport police and the airlines, so they know what the protocol is. Okay, this is what the protocol is. We exit everyone off the plane first, and then we deal with the situation. But if you do have different agencies working things and they're just going, oh, we'll just go in there and do this, and they don't know what the protocol for the airline is. So that could be a problem as well, or an issue as well. Michael, all I do is not following directions, put somebody's health at risk, to shake my head. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that. So other questions that you guys have, we can go ahead and address some of those questions. Not about this. I think we kind of talked our ear off about this. But any other questions, travel credit card related stuff, please feel free to put it in the chat and we will discuss it. And just so you know, I will be on Monday, so we'll be on Monday as well. And also Tuesday. On Tuesday, I have Yellow Productions. So he's going to be on. We're going to talk to him. He's got a really big channel, travel channel. A lot of good information from him. He does use travel credit cards to travel. He travels all around the world, and he does these travel guides. He does a really good job with these travel guides where he'll just talk about different destinations, places to eat, places to stay, all that good stuff. So we'll be having him on this show. And you guys should check his channel out. It's Yellow Productions. Just type Yellow Productions in the YouTube chat. In the YouTube search, and his videos will come up. I met him at VidCon, and I had reached out to him prior, like maybe a couple weeks prior to, and then I met him at VidCon, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I remember. I was gonna get back to you. I'm sorry, I didn't." And, totally apologetic. It was like, "Yeah, we need to set something up. I'd love to be on your show and all that." So he'll be on there. He'll be on the show on Tuesday, and it'll be, I believe we said 7 o'clock. So 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'll get the dates again, and then on Monday I'm gonna have a more formal kind of thing, and I'll have a link and all that good stuff, so you guys can hit the reminder on the link. Okay. All right. TC, do you think Chase and Hyatt will counter the Hilton offers? I don't. I don't. Knowing what Chase doesn't do, yeah, I don't think they're not even gonna budge on it. I would like it if Chase, and I said this a little earlier, but I'd like it if Chase had something like a top tier card. I think their globalist status right now is it's upset a lot of people, me included, because now you need to do 60 nights where before you needed to do 20 stays or like 40 nights or something like that. Or 50 nights. It might have even been 50 nights. But you could do a stay. Like a stay was, You could do 25 stays. So I could go stay for a day at one hotel. And I'd done this before, stay a day at one hotel and then go to another hotel that next day and stay there. And that's 2 stays. So I want like Hilton, or I want Hyatt to have that top tier card, like a $450 annual fee card, and give you some of the perks, and then give you that globalist status. I think that would be really nice. But I don't know. I don't think they're going to do anything. They have a good card. Now, like I said, the Hyatt, the Hilton Aspire card is the best card I think that's on the market right now. But I would say the second best is the Hyatt card. I like that Hyatt card. And if you have the Chase ecosystem, it makes sense. So, yeah, I don't think they're gonna do too much. Dolly, what do you think about the IHG credit card? I'm not a big fan of IHG, just in general. The properties, I don't really like them. I have not stayed. I just said this earlier, but I'm going to say it again. I have not stayed at an Intercontinental, so I can't really say anything about that hotel. And that's like their top tier hotel. They do have some hotels in the Maldives, but I'm just not a fan. And their points don't go. They're really weak when it comes to points. So you have Chase, but I don't want to top my point. I don't even want to top my points off with IHG. Like use my Chase points to top off my IHG account. I wouldn't even want to do that because the points, they don't go far at all. So, I mean, I think they might even be the worst out of all the different hotel chains, IHG, as far as the value. So, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of IHG. And the only real properties that I've stayed in is a Hyatt. I mean, I keep saying they have too many H's. Hyatt, Hilton, Holiday Inn. So the Holiday Inn, I've stayed at the Holiday Inn Express. And I know those are the lower level hotels. But see, that's my point. Like the Holiday Inn and the Holiday Inn Express, it's hit or miss if you get a good one. I've stayed at some Holiday Inn Expresses that are nice. I've stayed at some Holiday Inn Expresses that are really not nice. Every Hyatt property that I've stayed in, Hyatt Place, Category 1, Category 2, they've all been nice. They've all been nice. All modern, upgraded and all that. So it wasn't like a old, smelly hotel. Where I've stayed at some Holiday Inn hotels that are old and smelly and just need to be updated, and they just haven't done it. So that's one of the real things. That's one of the things I really like about Hyatt. You know what you're getting. Let's see. He's really silly. Dolly's seeing that. Yeah, he's kind of funny. The Yellow Productions. Yeah, he'll be on here. He's got his little stuffed animal. I got to ask him about that. I don't know what the whole significance of the stuffed animal is, but he's got this little stuffed animal he talks to or about or what have you. And he always wears yellow shirts. I will give him this. He's got the marketing down. Okay, and he has a successful channel. He's got over 100,000 subscribers, and he's got the marketing down. He wears that yellow shirt. And sure enough, when I was at VidCon, he's wearing the yellow shirt. And so people know who he is. And I probably would not have recognized him unless I was like sitting down, like looking at him, talking to him. Because I met him like they had like a mixer for all the creators. And so we were going around from table to table. But I spotted him because he's wearing a yellow shirt. And so good marketing. He wore different ones, I'm sure, but he wore a yellow shirt every day of VidCon, or every day that I saw. I saw him in 2 days. And so that's great marketing because people know him right off. They don't even have to recognize his face. They know him because it's like, who's this guy in the yellow shirt? Oh, it's that Yellow Productions guy. So, yeah, it's pretty good marketing, I think. I need to get some kind of marketing, but I wear these shirts all the time. I guess I could just wear this shirt. But yeah, yellow stands out, and you could see him from across the room and say, "Oh, okay, I know who that guy is. That's a Yellow Production guy." So, All right, let's see. What's your long-term goal with YouTube? What's my long-term goal with YouTube? 1 million subscribers. It's good that you brought that up, David. My goal, my short-term goal, we'll talk short-term for right now. So December 28th is my birthday. I would love to hit 10,000 subscribers by my birthday. So that is my push right now. And let me give some shout outs here because we have some people who subscribed to the channel today. And we have Aquil, thank you for subscribing. Caffeine Man, thank you for subscribing. Cole, thank you for subscribing. And Mark, thank you guys all for subscribing to the channel. If you guys are in here now and you have not subscribed, please do so I can give you a shout out. Yes, I'm really trying to get to that 10,000 subscribers by my birthday, by December 28th of this year. And just so you know kind of how things work when it comes to YouTube, there are different little milestones. So 1,000 subscribers, usually it's like 1,000 subscribers and 40,000 watch time hours or something like that. It will allow you to monetize, right? So it allows you to make a little bit of AdSense money, like money from the ads. So that's one milestone. And then you have 10,000 subscribers. When you hit 10,000 subscribers, they will allow you to go to different training. Like I live near Los Angeles, so there's a YouTube space. And what a YouTube space is, basically, they will show you how to make better videos and do all this stuff. And it's all free for people who are 10,000 subscribers and above, as well as they will allow you to do collaborations or use their set. They have sets there. It's like a big studio. So that's one of the things that really opens up a lot if you hit that 10,000 subscribers. So that's what I'm really targeting. So my short-term goal, 10,000 subscribers. So please, guys, if you guys are in here and you like the content, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified whenever I put out a video. Now, when I do the live stream, sometimes I'll have them set and I'll do the live stream, a set live stream like today and like Monday. But then I also jump on live just on other occasions I was going to jump on live yesterday, but I got caught up doing some other stuff. So if you have the bell notification, clicked, then you're going to know because it will alert you, okay, he's doing a live stream. He's on live right now. Yeah, hit that little bell notification. It's really important. Now, long-term, David. So long-term, I want to build, this is the whole thing. This is the way I look at it. And traveling is something that I'm really passionate about. So I have two passions. Photography is that was what got me into travel. But photography is my passion. It's been my passion for 10 years now. And I just started traveling about 3 years ago. And I wanted to incorporate the two. The whole reason I wanted to travel is because I love photography so much. And I had taken pictures, landscape pictures of, all around California. And I wanted to venture out and go to some different places outside of the country. And so that's when I started looking at travel more seriously, and then looking at travel credit cards and all that good stuff. So when I got to that point, that's what I want with this channel is I want to inspire people to travel more, because I didn't think it was possible for me to travel as much as I'm traveling now, and as freely, as being able to afford to do it, because I didn't. The reason that I didn't travel in the past is because of the money, the whole money situation. Just the thought of having to spend all this money for flights and for hotel stays and all that was really, that discouraged me. And so I remember when I took, before I got in, and I have some videos on this channel where I went to Puerto Rico. And this was my first trip. I wasn't using points. I was interested in points at the time. I was doing a little bit of research, but I didn't use points for this trip. I didn't even have a credit card that had points at this time. But I went to Puerto Rico. I spent like $1,500 on that trip. I was there for 5 days. $1,500 to $2,000, something like that. And I remember when coming home, I was thinking, wow, I had a really good time. I took some really good pictures. But I can't do this. I can't do this on a regular basis. I can't afford to pay $2,000 for a trip. In like let's say like my ideal scenario, I wanted to do a trip every 3 to 4 months. That was what I wanted to do. But then I start thinking, there's no way I can do that. I can't afford to do that every 3 to 4 months. So that's when I really started thinking, okay, you know what? I've been looking at these travel credit cards, these points and all this stuff. Does this really work? And so that's when I started doing the research, got a couple of credit cards, and then I realized, okay, yeah, you know what? This can work. And now I can do a trip, a 5-day trip, easily I can do it under $500, easily, using points and even using some cash to stay at different hotels or just stay at Airbnbs, or just research and find some really good deals where before I didn't really do that. Like I would just get on hotels.com or get on Expedia and just book my stuff through them and everything, you just book it all in one, so airline and everything. But yeah, so long term with the channel, I want to inspire people to travel more. So that's why I want to talk more about travel credit cards, and as well as inspiring people to travel by having people on the show that travel, that do what we're talking about. Like I do it, and I can tell you my stories, but I want to have other people on here too that are telling you their stories coming from different viewpoints. That I want to do that as well. So not only people that are using travel credit cards, but like I had Afro Guajira on a couple of weeks ago, where she lives in Colombia and she can tell you about her country and where she lives and how much it costs and what they think about Americans and all that good stuff. And that hopefully will inspire you too. Like, okay, you know what? Colombia doesn't seem like it's what people used to say it was. It's, it's not safe and all that. It looks safe because I'm talking with people from, that are living there on the ground, and they're giving you their input. And you might think, okay, well, I wonder if this area is safe for me to vacation or to travel to. So that's another aspect too. So basically, I want this channel to be about inspiring people to travel. So that is what I want. So hopefully we can do it. And long term, I plan to be here. I actually, I enjoy doing this. Like I enjoy doing the live streams. I enjoy doing the videos. And I know they always talk about YouTube burnout, people getting burnout from YouTube. I've been doing it now for, seriously, I'd say for about 1.5 to 2 years, where I told myself, okay, I want to do this on a regular. Prior to that, I was just putting out videos every once in a while. But about 1.5 ago, 2 years ago, that's when I said, okay, I'm going to start putting out videos on a regular basis. And even now, like I want to put out as many videos as possible. So that's where I am. So I hope that answered your question. Let's see. Let's see. I know it's wishful thinking on my part. What is that? What was the question? I missed something here. I missed something, Nate and Jess. What did I miss? Okay, so maybe you're talking about the Hyatt card. That's probably what you're talking about there. Yeah, I would hope that they do something with that. Like I'd love to have them counter with something, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Michael, let's see. That's what I do to retain Diamond and Hilton. Okay, let's see. So Sam saying Hyatt won't do that unless they get bigger, perhaps merged. Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, they do. See, the thing is, I like Hyatt the way they are. Now, if they merge with another company, then they're going to bring on all those properties, and so it will change things. I don't mind them being small. I don't. They're in most major cities. So most major cities you go to, you're going to have a Hyatt, at least one. It's just the smaller cities, countries and stuff like that, and that's where you're going to run into some problems, or you can run into some problems. Okay. So Sugar Skull saying Casey Neistat Ray-Bans marketing look. Yeah. So I mean, that's a good thing. And like I said, that yellow production that's genius, right? It stands out. Most people don't walk around with a yellow shirt on. So you see someone with a yellow shirt on, you're kind of looking at him anyway. And that's his whole thing there. So you recognize him through that yellow shirt. So yeah, I think that's really genius. But I don't really have anything that, and I'm not one of those people. I don't like to stand out. I kind of like to blend in with the crowd. I don't want to be the one that's standing out. So it's like I'm dating myself. Maybe there's some old people in the room, but Kool Mo D back in the day. Kool Mo D was a rapper, and he used to wear these big sunglasses. I mean, they were like these big shades. They looked like what is it, like those ski goggles? They were really big, and he wore those all the time. And I remember he was on, I think he was on Arsenio Hall one day, and Arsenio Hall asked him, "Why do you wear these big shades?" And he pretty much said, "To disguise myself. So I can wear these, and when I'm in character, when I'm Kool Mo D, I can come out, do my raps and all that, and I can wear these big sunglasses. But then if I want to go to the supermarket, I can just take them off, go to the supermarket, and people don't recognize me." And so that was like his thing. That was his marketing tool, where people recognize him when he has the glasses on, but then now when he doesn't have them on, people don't know who he is. So I think that's the way I would be. I would want to be kind of disguised. I don't want people to know who I am. Like I've had, believe it or not, I mean, a small channel. And another thing is weird. Is like you don't realize who's watching. Like, and I've seen a few people in the travel credit card space that have mentioned me before, and I'm like, really? They watch my videos? Or like I just did a collaboration with Wise Flies. He's got a channel, and it's the same thing. We talk about travel credit cards, and I've done a couple of collabs with him. And the first collab that I did with him, just looking at the comments, you see people say, "Oh yeah, I've watched him. He's great," and then, they're talking about me, and I'm thinking, "Wow, people actually watch me." And there was another. There's another Brian Jung. I think it's Brian Jung. He does the same thing. He does the travel credit cards, and he mentioned me in one of his. No. I was watching one of his live streams, and I chimed in. It's like, "Oh yeah, I know Travel Explore Click. He's like what do you say? I'm like a professor or a teacher or something." Like that's the way he sees me. But it's just weird when you hear people. I don't know. It just seems to me like this is a small little group of people who watch me, but no one else watches, which is kind of weird. But I even had what's his name? Credit Shifu had me in one of his videos where I did a video, and then he talked about it, and he mentioned me and put like a picture of me on the screen and kind of went off that topic. So yeah, it's interesting to know that people are watching. Okay, and I appreciate it. Especially I appreciate you guys for coming on and listening to me and bearing with me when I have issues with my computer and all this stuff. It's just a mess. It could be a mess sometimes. Okay, let's see. Michael, I calculated this out. Of all the chains that actually are pretty close to each other in return for money spent, considering the status I have at each hotel. Worst was Marriott card and Marriott spend. Okay, so you calculated everything out. So Marriott was the worst, huh? Out of all the hotel brands that you've used. Yeah, I don't really try to like hit elite status anymore with hotels. I really don't. Now, if I could just get it through like the Hilton, just get it through getting one of the cards, I'm good with that. But really trying to hit status, I honestly don't travel enough, or I don't stay at hotels enough in order to hit those milestones. Now, if I travel, let's say 4 times a year, which is kind of the how I travel, or how often I travel, and I stayed at hotels each time, and I was staying. See, I mean, that's where you really have to look at things. Like, let's say I travel 4 times a year, and I stay 10 nights at a Hyatt property. That's only 40 nights. So I still need another 20 nights in order to hit that elite status. So unless you have a business or your company has you traveling around all the time, you're probably not going to hit that elite status. And for me, it's kind of like, is it really worth it? I mean, even with the Hyatt cards, you get the Discover status, you get their lowest status, but you can still get upgraded with the Discover status. So yeah, I don't really shoot for it anymore. I'm kind of over the elite status. Let's see, Julio TC. How about you reward the 10,000 subscribers by transferring some Chase Ultimate Reward points? Yeah. Oh man. You know, I could have a prize, but it's not going to be points. I can't give away points. I just can't. 10,000? No. I mean, 10,000 subscribers by transfer points? No, I can't do it. I'm sorry. Those points are. I'll give a gift. We'll think of a gift, some kind of gift. But yeah, we can't transfer points. Let's see. How do you choose the people you interview on your show? And that's Sam asking that. I just kind of I'll watch different people, and if I think they'd be a good fit for the show, then I'll hit them up. I've been starting mainly with YouTube, people from YouTube, and I do want to have some other people, like people that have been following me for a while. I want to have them on the show too. There's a few that are willing already, but if they're willing, if the other people are willing to, I want to have some other people on the show. Maybe just have like a show where we have, because we can have more. I can have, I think, up to like 6 people. I think I might even be able to have more, but I think 6 people would be enough. But have like a kind of like a show where you have a few different people that are on, and they can all talk about their experience with the travel credit cards. As a matter of fact, yeah, that sounds like it would be a good show, where we have like a few different people on. So not just me and another person, but like a few different people that are from here, not YouTubers, but just from our chats to get out. So if you guys are interested though, like if you're willing and you have a webcam, then hit me up. I already know, like David, I'm gonna have David on the show. I think I hit up Lionel already. If I haven't, then I'm gonna hit him up, or I'm telling him right now. But anyway, yeah, if you guys are interested in jumping in on a live stream, and it would be like a group. So it's not just you wouldn't be on the hot seat as much, because it'll be like, let's say 4 to 6 people. So there'll be other people on there, and you just have to talk a little bit and then chime in if you have a credit card that you want to talk about. I think that would be actually a good show. But other than that, yeah, I just kind of look at people who are in the travel space. So not just travel credit cards, but in the travel space, people who travel a lot or are living. Like I really want to get people that are living in other countries as well, because I think that gives you a really good perspective on different places that you might want to travel to. And I'm not just talking about Colombia, I'm talking about all over. So people who are living in different countries, like expats that have moved to other countries, that I'm always interested in talking with people like that, just to kind of get their input. I don't know, maybe one day I might be an expat, so I definitely want to hear how their experience is. All right, let's see. Wise flies and no. Oh, come on, Michael. All right. he has good content. He does have good content. I don't know why you would say he annoyed. He doesn't annoy me at all. I don't. Yeah, he's got a good show. He's doing really well. Like he's really rising fast, and he's doing a lot of collaborations with people, with other YouTubers, which I think is good. And I want to do more of that myself, and that's why I want to have people on the show, as well as doing some different things. Different shows, like I just did that collab with him. He put it out on Friday, and it was cool because we're just talking about our cards, so we're talking about our favorite card at the moment. If you guys haven't caught that video, let's see, let me pull it up as I speak. But yeah, it was good because we all just talked about the card, our favorite card at the moment. Mine happened to be the Hyatt card. I didn't want to do like the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I mean, it's just too. for one, I was like, oh, someone's gonna say that card. Actually, no one did, but I'm just thinking, yeah, someone's gonna say that card because it's like, yeah, it's most people like that card, and or like the American Express Platinum. I wasn't gonna say the American Express Platinum because I don't even have that card, but two people, I think two people said the American Express Platinum, but so I wanted to be a little more unique, and I do really like the Hyatt card, so that's why I mentioned that one. Yeah, let me stop this, and I just want to put the link in here. So check it out. It's me, it's Trip Astute, it's Wally's. I can't remember all the people who are on it. Wait a minute here. Let me just post this link. I can only do one thing at a time, so if I get quiet like that, just realize he's just trying. He can't multitask. So there's a link there. Check it out. It's Wisefly's video. Yeah, Waller's Wallet. Yeah. So Waller's Wallet, Credit Card Maestro. Who's the other one I missed? So I said Trip Astute, and there's one more. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. What's going on, Scott? Okay. Yeah, so check it out. Not right now, but check it out later. I'm gonna see my number, my viewer just dropped right now. If you guys are in the building right now, please, or if you guys are in here right now, just hit the like button so we can get. I want to get at least 30 likes. I've been getting 40 likes on my live streams at the end of the live stream, by the end of it. So if you guys can help me out in that, I would really appreciate it. It just helps. For right now, it'll help because more people will see, because they'll start promoting. YouTube will promote it more, as well as after the live stream. It helps keep promoting it because they'll keep putting it out to people. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I lost my place here. Yeah. So yeah, the I can do a prize, but we're not doing we're not giving away points. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. But yes, if you guys are here and you guys have not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Okay. Depends on the market, segment, low, medium, high, properties, areas. Okay. So you guys are talking about something there. Okay, Champ has a question. Do you try to shoot for status with United? No, I don't. I don't. I try to fly business class or first class when I can. That's what I do. I use points to try to do that. I'm not really trying to get fly that much where I'm hitting status with them. I'll just use points, and points will allow me to fly business. I mean, business class is it's not that hard to do. Unless you're flying like overseas, you're gonna have to use a lot more points. But for the most part, if I'm just flying and I fly to South America a lot, if I'm flying to South America or Central America, I'm not using that many points to fly. Maybe 60 to 70,000. So that's generally how much I use, which is really just, I mean, if you really think about it, it's one credit card. So yeah, that's kind of how I go about that. I'm not. Honestly, status on an airline, status period, it's overrated. I think it's overrated because there are no guarantees. You're not guaranteed anything. So you get the status, but you're not guaranteed an upgrade of a hotel room or an upgrade of a seat. So I would rather just focus my attention on getting the points and then flying business class if I want to do that business class flight. Or just flying economy and getting the seat that has extra leg room. I'm fine with that. I mean, getting to the destination is what I want. I want to be able to travel as much as possible. And so it's not, yeah, the elite status, you're generally not getting it with points because now they have that whole thing where you have to have a certain amount of money that you've paid, and you have to have a certain amount of miles that you've flown and all that. So it's really like before, back in the day, people used to do the mileage runs, and I guess it made sense back then where you could just do these crazy trips just to get all the miles, so you can hit elite status. But now, yeah, they've pretty much done away with all that. Okay. I was pricing out Turks and Caicos out of the chains. It's just Hyatt from what I see, but 1.2 redemption value. Or is it 1.2? 1.2? I don't know what that means. Yeah. Michael, if you can explain a little bit more. You're saying 1.2 redemption value. Okay, Citus, I missed the discussion on the Hilton cards and the new offer to surpass. Is the new offer to surpass a good deal? Can you justify annual fee of the Aspire? I definitely think that the Aspire card, as far as the justifying the annual fee, I think it's there. You can definitely justify that. You have the credits that you're going to get, the airline credit plus the hotel credit, and then you also have the diamond status with Hilton, which I think is a really, really powerful to be able to buy into it like that, where you don't have to do all the stays and stuff in order to get it. So that's the status that I want. That's the status that I would get. Like if it were, like I don't want to have to do all the stays in order to get a status, but if you're going to give me a status with a credit card, then yeah, that's the way that I would want to go about it. Okay, Travel and Invest, what's going on? Let's see. So David's answering Citus. And status is overrated. Wow. What are you? It is overrated. Well, I don't know if you're saying that sarcastically, David, but I think it's overrated because there are no guarantees. And I hit that globalist status. I was all happy. And I'm telling you, man, there were so many benefits that I didn't get, and I was upset at the end of that year because I only kept it for a year, and then I dropped down to the Explorers status. But yeah, upgrades. The way Hyatt works, and Hyatt's a little different, I guess, but you have to call in. They have available upgrades, but you have to call in and get them to upgrade you that way. And so I would call in every time. I only got it once. I called in at least 7 times, different stays. I called in, and they only gave me an upgrade once. And then the funny thing is, I go to Kauai just a few weeks ago, and I don't call in or anything. I just check in, and she tells me what my room was, a standard room. I was like, okay, are you guys offering any upgrades? Oh, let me see. And she checks, and she upgrades me to a beautiful suite. And I need to, I'm going to have to go over all that footage because I want to put that out. I want to make a video on that. So that'll be coming this week. Beautiful suite. And that was one of those things where I just was at I didn't call in, actually I can't even call in now because I don't have the globalist status anymore. But that's what I'm saying. So it's not guaranteed. It's overrated in the sense that here I am an Explorer, so I'm not even a globalist, and I'm getting upgraded to a suite that, the normal room was $530 or something like that. They upgraded me to an $1,800 suite. So, and that's at Explorers. That's not at the top level status. So that's why I think it's overrated. Okay, Hip, what's going on? Waller's Wallet does a travel planning. Okay, all right. Yeah, he's got a good channel too. These guys. And it seems like I'm missing one of the guys that was in the whole collaboration. But yeah, all these guys have good channels. They definitely do. And it's funny because you kind of see, like, I don't know, in my mind, I'm seeing you have Ask Sebi and Credit Shifu. They're like at the top, right? But then you have this huge gap of, like, when I'm looking at subscriber count. So you have 2 guys that are 100,000 plus. And then you have a huge gap between 100,000 and then it drops down, I'd say around 15, maybe 20,000, and then below. And that's where we all are kind of sitting. So you don't have very many people that are kind of like in that mid tier, 50,000, 60,000, that are like travel credit card people. So what's probably going to happen, and this can kind of go back to what David was saying as far as like what's my long term. I want to be able to fit into one of those categories where I'm growing at that point where I'm at that mid level. Because right now it's like it's the guys at the top, and then the rest of the people are kind of just getting started out. So yeah, I want to hit that. I want to be one of the people that jumps into that mid level, and then obviously increases to the top there. But yeah, that's long term what I want with this channel. And I think putting out more content will help with that, and then doing more live streams and collaborations and stuff will help as well. Okay, let's see. Once he changed his direction and found a niche, the channel's better. Oh, okay, so you guys are saying that wait, what am I missing here? So he did travel planning before, is that what you're saying? Waller's Wallet. I wasn't looking at him before. I started looking at his channel probably about a month ago. Okay, still picking up a JetBlue card next. So that's Champ asking me if I'm picking up a JetBlue card next. Most likely, yes. I'm still, I'm not flying JetBlue anytime soon. I already know that. I only have one more trip that I have planned for the rest of the year. I only have one trip planned. Now, will I take another trip? I might, but the only trip that I have planned right now is going to be Colombia in October, and then after that, I don't know if I'll do another trip right at the end, like maybe New Year's around that time, go somewhere. But I don't really have a need for JetBlue right now, to be honest with you. And I know I said, oh yeah, I'm going to get the card, but realistically, I'm not going to be flying on JetBlue anytime soon. The next trip, so 2020, that first trip 2020 is going to be it's going to be back to Colombia for Carnival. So that's going to be late February, early March. So that'll be another trip, and I'll probably stick with United. United has a pretty good setup to go to Colombia because you have Copa and you have Avianca. They're both partners with United, so I can book on United and fly on those air carriers. So yeah, JetBlue's in the future. I definitely want to get the card, but there might be some time. I talked about this in some of my other videos where I talk about like as far as I get cards when I need them. I don't just get cards to get them and sit on them. So with the JetBlue card, if I look and say, yeah, you know what, I can use JetBlue to fly to, and I can use JetBlue to fly to Colombia, but I just don't need to. But if I do look at it and say, let's say for Carnival next year, I start thinking, okay, yeah, you know what, maybe I should get the JetBlue card 3 months prior, then I'll get the card. And then, I'll have the points. And usually I can work those points down, especially JetBlue. The minimum spend is not very high, so I can get that sign-up bonus pretty fast. So, yeah, JetBlue will probably be the next card, but I'm going to wait a little bit. As well as the American Express Platinum, I'm waiting on that card. I talked about this last week. Not in any hurry to get that card right now. They're starting to do things, they pulled back on they started addressing the whole gift card thing with the incidentals. And then they pulled back on I want to wait to see what they're going to do. I think they're going to promote something coming real soon because of the pulling back on the Priority Pass restaurant credit. I think they're going to have something that they're going to really start promoting and putting out there. And once they do that, they'll probably have some pretty good sign-up bonuses. I would not get the Amex Platinum if I can't get 100,000 sign-up bonus. I would want that if I get the card. All right, let's see. Michael, I don't take issue with your numbers, only the availability of certain properties in certain areas. Okay, so I think you guys are talking back and forth about some comments here. Let's see. Michael, I think TC just said Hyatt sucks. Did I? I don't know. You can get hotel status with Hyatt, Marriott, and Hilton automatically via the Platinum Amex. Not Hyatt. Yeah, not Hyatt. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where you got that information. But the other two, yes, but not Hyatt. Okay, what status does Platinum get you with Hyatt? Okay, you guys are going back and forth. Okay. Okay, so Champ is saying that I'm a beast in a good way. Sebi and Shifu have been around for longer. Yeah, you know what? I actually looked at Sebi's channel. He only, I think he started it 2 years ago, but he put out a lot of content. He continues to put out a lot of content. I think that's really key. You need to be relevant. So you need to, when I say relevant, in YouTube's eyes. So if you're putting out a lot of videos and the content is good, you're talking about travel credit cards, whatever you're talking about, but the content is good, then YouTube will keep promoting you. And as you put out more videos, they're going to continue to promote, continue to show different people your work, your videos, and that's how you get more and more subscribers fast. So, yeah, let's see. Sam, how can you get? Okay, so you guys are going back and forth. Yeah, as far as I know, Hyatt is. I mean, well, I do know Hyatt doesn't. Amex, you can't get any status with Hyatt. If they did, then that would be another reason for me to want to get the Amex Platinum. But yeah, you don't get status with them. Now, if you get the World of Hyatt card, you do get Discover status, so you get their low status. Points Pointer, yeah, that's a guy I forgot. Okay, I knew it was one person I was forgetting. I couldn't remember who it was. So yeah, Points Pointer. That's the guy that was in the collab. But is it Naftali? Naftali. Okay, so Points Pointer, Wise Flies, Brian Jung, and Proud Money are some of the others. Yeah. Those are some of the other guys that are talking about the same thing, the travel credit cards, and there's some other people too. There's Flashpoint Capital. There's Will Schroep. There's a few other people that are talking, but we're all kind of in that same. Maybe we're all just starting out. I don't know, kind of, but we're all in that same little category where none of us are really over 20,000. We're all kind of in that same little space. There's no real mid tier. There might be. I'm sure there are a few, but I'm just saying, like, there. I would think that there would be more. Like, you'd have people that are on top, then you have people that are kind of in the mid range, and then you have people that were in the lower range when it comes to subscriber counts. Okay. All right, so Brian's saying TEC's taken over, much more consistent than the rest. Yeah, I'm just trying to be out there. As long as I can be out there and putting out the content and people are responsive to it. And like another thing too that I want to do more of is just more of the talk, not a lot of the. I do the reviews. I enjoy doing the reviews. I kind of like doing the verses where you do one card versus another card. But I also do like to just talk too. Like I did a couple of videos and they did pretty really well as far as just talking about like how I see credit cards, how I see, like I talked about fees and investment. Like I see credit cards as investments, like the annual fee is an investment. I expect to get a return out of that annual fee every year. And if I'm not getting a return, then there's no reason for me to keep the card. So I don't look at it as a fee. Like most of us, when we think of fee, I'm thinking I'm paying something, but I'm not going to get a return, like a monetary compensation. But if you look at an investment, like if I'm investing my money into the stock market or something like that, although I might not get a return every time, I'm expecting to get some type of return. That's why I'm investing my money in. And if I'm not getting a return and I'm losing money, then that's when I pull that investment down and put money in something else, right? So I kind of look at travel credit cards as the same way. Like you should be looking at it as an investment. So don't think of, oh, it's $450 annual fee. That's crazy. I don't want to pay that. look at that as an investment. If I invest $450 in this travel credit card, will I be able to get $450 back plus? That's the way you should look at it. So I want to do more videos like that too, where I'm just talking about kind of my opinion on this whole travel credit card space and what I think cards should do or should offer, that kind of stuff too. So just giving my personal opinions. Okay. Let's see. Okay. TC has a great setup, pleasing background, video, audio, our A++, great info. I've been impressed. Thank you, Citus. I appreciate that. Champ is saying, any channel you don't like or beef with. So Champ is asking me if there's any channels that I beef with. No. You know what? I'm not that kind of a person. Even if I did have issues with certain channels, I wouldn't put it out there. I mean, that's not a. I don't, but I'm just saying if I'm having a conflict with some other YouTuber that's in the same space, yeah, it's just not my style to put it out there, unless that person's attacking me, and then then I would put out information. But other than that, yeah, there's no reason. And like I was telling, and I don't think Flashpoint's in here anymore, but like I was telling, man, there's room for all of us to be in this same space. I mean, and share our knowledge and just like Citus was talking about the background and lighting and all that. I've been talking with Flashpoint about all that stuff. Like, hey, maybe you should try this or you should try that. He's moving into a new place, and so he's going to have to do a whole new setup, and he wants to do it different than the way he has it before, or he's done it before. So yeah, I'm helping him out, giving him information, stuff like that. Now, can that hurt me? I mean, some people might think that. I don't think that. Oh, well, if he puts a channel out and his background's better than my background, I mean, you know what I mean? I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be sharing information and helping each other out and doing collaborations. I will say that not everyone has been receptive to my emails. So, and I mean, hey, it is what it is, right? Not everyone has been receptive to it. So I haven't put it out to everyone, but I'm just saying some YouTubers have not been receptive. Now, I don't mind, and I totally understand if it comes down to a situation where you just don't have the time. I get it. Let's say you have a larger channel and you don't have the time to do a collab, to sit down and talk with me on a live stream or something. I get it. Or you don't have the equipment. I don't know. Something you just don't feel comfortable doing. I get it. But as a business, and this is the way that I look at this, I mean, I have a full-time job, but I do still look at this as a business. If someone reaches out to me, I'm going to respond to them. So I'll respond to them, yes, or I'll respond to them, no, I can't do it right now. I'm busy doing other things, but I would love to do it in the future, or just flat out, no, I'm not interested in doing any live stream interview or anything like that. But there would be a response. But I've reached out to some people, and very few haven't gotten a response at all. And I just think as a business, that's not a good business model. You should at least respond and just say, hey, it's not a good time, or I'm not interested. That's the only thing I would say. But as far as beefing with people, no, I don't have any beef. You know what? Maybe we should create a beef. That way, I get, we both get, how the, oh God, what am I trying to, back in the day, the rappers used to have beefs. They probably still do. I listen to R&B now, so I don't listen to too much rap anymore. But back in the day when I was listening to hip hop and rap, you had beef, Biggie and Tupac and all this stuff. So maybe I should start a beef. That way you get more views and more subscribers, and it'll be team TEC and team whoever else. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, maybe we should create that. Okay. All right. Naftali, I've been enjoying the collaborations. Keep doing those. Okay, yeah, I definitely plan to. I mean, I have the live stream set up the way that I like it at least. Yeah, I realize I'm sitting off the screen. Here we go. I feel like I'm like all up on the chat thing here. Yeah, I have everything kind of dialed in now, and it's very easy for people to come on and do a live stream with me because it's just a link. I just send a link to them, and they click the link and put their name in and open up their webcam, and we're good to go. So, yeah, I definitely will be doing more of those. I talked with Afro Guajira today. That's Maya. I had her on a couple weeks ago, and she's going to be going to her hometown, so La Guajira, which is it's in Colombia, but real small town in Colombia. So when she gets there, and this is going to be a while, probably she probably won't be there until probably the end of September, mid-September, end of September. I'm going to have her on the show again while she's out there. So maybe she can have some, show us kind of around that area, La Guajira. I want to go there too. It's a real beautiful place. It's beautiful beaches and stuff. I want to go there, and I'll be going to Colombia in October. So I might. I don't know if I'm not gonna have time to do that. I'm already thinking. I already know I got stuff planned. So anyway, let's see. However, forgot to mention. You need to get the high status match. My mistake first. Yeah, okay. So Sam's talking about the status match. Yeah. So if you have status with another hotel, you can do that status match with Hyatt. So like that's what he's saying there. So let's say you have Hilton or you have Marriott or IHG, you have status with them, then you can do a status match, and you can find out statusmatch.com. Yeah, statusmatch.com. You go on that website. And you can find out how they're matching. Like they'll match because they don't always do like you could come with the top tier. Let's say I'll just give an example. Best Western, you can come with their top tier and try to transfer that top tier over to Hyatt or over to another hotel chain. And they might not give you their top tier. They might drop you down to their mid-level tier or something like that. So not all top tier status just directly laterals over. Some of them will they'll downgrade it a little bit, so just be aware of that. But statusmatch.com, you go on there, and basically it's just people that are on there that are saying, "Hey, I did a status match from Hyatt to Hilton, and I got this status." And then so people kind of go back and forth, and then they have the dates too, so you can see, okay, this is the date when it transpired. So if it was back in 2017, then you might not have that same luck in 2019. So. Yeah, statusmatch.com. It's a good site to go to. All right. Let's see. And Thirsty Lion, what's going on, buddy? He's saying that I've been ramping up my vids. Yeah, I want to put out a video a day. Okay, that's my goal, and I've been doing pretty good. I think last night I didn't put out a video yesterday, but I put it out early this morning. And then did the live stream today. The live streams are included too. So if I do a live stream, then I usually don't put out a new video. But like tomorrow's a good example. Tomorrow I'm not doing a live stream, or at least I don't have any plans to do a live stream right now. So I'll put out a video. Then Monday I'll do the live stream. Tuesday I'll have another live stream, and then Wednesday I'll put out another video. And Thursday I'll put out a video on Friday. So I'll work it like that. I want to be relevant every day if possible. So every day there's something new that's coming out, so people get used to coming to see me every day. It's the whole Casey Neistat method, right? Where you just put out a video. He said he was at like 500,000 subscribers for the longest, and he didn't really just like launch until he started doing daily videos. He started doing daily videos, and he took off after that. Because I didn't know who he was back then. And I didn't catch wind of him until he was already doing these daily videos. Okay. All right. Thirsty Lion says, I'm a nice guy. I am a nice guy. Thank you. Let's see. Beef conflict equals views. You should call somebody out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and there's beefs on here on YouTube, right? People beefing back and forth. Nah, I don't. I'm not calling anybody out though. It would be planned, so so it would be fake, I guess. We would create a conflict. Let's see. Okay, I think the Hyatt credit cards offer Discovers also. Yes, they do. If you beef, eat pork. What the heck? Biggie and Tupac died. No. Yeah, that's true. That beef was deadly. I said, okay, Meek Mill, Drake beef. You guys go crazy with these beefs. All right. Do you get free breakfast with the Hyatt card? No, you don't. That's Champ asking that. Yeah, you don't get free breakfast. But if you do things the right way, like, you just need to know Hyatt. So Hyatt offers free breakfast for if you stay at a Hyatt place or a Hyatt house. So that's where I stay. For the most part, that's where I stay. And because I don't have globalist status, and even with globalists, this is something, there's certain things that they need to change, Hyatt. And one is the whole breakfast thing. They don't guarantee you free breakfast. Even if you're a globalist or you're top tier, they're not going to guarantee you. If they have club access, club lounge access, then you get that club lounge. And the club lounge is just like, it's kind of like an airport lounge. So they'll have food there, but what they claim, what they state in their information is continental breakfast. So it's not always going to be a full-on breakfast. So you're not going to have like warm food, or you might have like, I was at a Hyatt in Aruba, a Hyatt Regency, and they had the club access, right? So I didn't get free breakfast, but I got the club access, and they had like these rolls, like not rolls, yeah, kind of a wrap, like a breakfast burrito kind of wrap. But it wasn't like a full burrito. It wasn't even a full burrito. They cut the burrito up, so it's like these little chunks of burrito. So they have stuff like that, and then they have croissants and stuff. So they didn't have like a full-on breakfast. I couldn't get full eating that stuff. So just be aware of that. Now, if they don't have a club lounge at the hotel, then they will give you free breakfast. So that's how it works at Hyatt. I do not like that. I don't like the way they do that. And these are the top tier. So this is Hyatt Regency and above. Like I said, if you're staying at a Hyatt house or a Hyatt place, as long as you're a World of Hyatt member, which is free to sign up, everyone will get free breakfast. And their breakfast spread is really good. Like it's. I was just in Anaheim. I had to go, when I was at the video conference, VidCon, I stayed at Hyatt Place for 3 days, and they had a nice spread. So basically, and it's kind of their same setup. Now I'm starting to see that the setup is the same for pretty much every Hyatt Place that I've gone to, where they'll have like sausage or bacon. That's one little, container usually. And then they'll have potatoes, and potatoes are really good. Like they have like, it's like all these different colored potatoes. I don't even know how to explain it. Like there's orange and purple and like regular like potatoes, and it's really good though. I like their little home style potatoes or whatever. So they have that, and then they'll have like pancakes or waffles. And so that's kind of and then eggs too. They'll have scrambled eggs. So that's their four little sections. And then they have everything else, the breads and the oatmeal and the fruits and all that stuff. And so pretty much that's the spread. And it's good though. I mean, it's definitely worth it. It fills you up. It's a breakfast. It's a full-on breakfast. It's not like a continental breakfast. So I like that. So if you're going to stay at Hyatt, I recommend, if you don't, I recommend staying at a Hyatt place or a Hyatt house. They're cheaper, less points if you want to use points, and you get the free breakfast. So it's a win-win. Okay, so Thirsty Lion saying no free breakfast. Yeah. David's asking me who am I interviewing on Tuesday. It's Yellow Productions. It's Chris from Yellow Productions. So just type in Yellow Productions. I think you could probably just type in Yellow Productions and it'll come up. He's an interesting guy. I haven't talked to him on the phone yet. I've just been corresponding back and forth via email. And like I said, he's got a huge following. He's doing really good stuff on YouTube. It's all travel related. And he pretty much just talks about like travel. He does a lot of travel guides and stuff that I like to do more of, and I actually will be doing more travel guides like Kauai. I just went to Kauai, so I want to do a travel guide on Kauai, where to eat and things to do in Kauai. I'm going to pull up a link here so you guys can check out his channel. Yeah. But yeah, he's got this panda. I don't know what the whole significance of the panda is. I'm going to ask him when I have him on. I've seen some of his videos, but I haven't gotten the info on the whole panda thing, but he has this panda. I'm embarrassed as it is just to talk in front of a camera in public, but yeah, you're not going to catch me with a stuffed animal. That just seems, I would be too embarrassed. Okay. Let's see. Dolly's saying, just for informational purposes, with the Hilton Aspire card, you get 34 points per dollar at most Hilton properties. 34 points. Wow, Dolly. So break that down for us. Break that down for us if you can. How you get that 34 points. That's a lot. Man, that does make it worth it. If you get that many points. Okay, Nafali, oh snap, East Coast, West Coast. Yeah, that's what we should do. East Coast, West Coast beef there. So I'm going to have to find some guys on the East Coast and start battling back and forth. Let's see. So if you want free breakfast, sneak into the breakfast line across the street at the Marriott. Yeah. So yeah, and I posted a link to Yellow Productions. So if you guys want to check his channel out, go ahead and do so. And subscribe to his channel and then let him know, hey, Travel Explorer Click brought me over there. Let's see. Hopefully he'll do the same for me. He's got like 140,000. Send some of them my way, please. Okay. Double points promotion. You get 44 PPDs right now. Wow, okay. All right, guys. Any other questions? And if you guys are in here, please hit the like button. So I'm going to get at least 30 likes. I'd like to hit 40. I keep trying to ramp it up. So before I was saying, yeah, please, please hit the like button so we can get at least 30 likes. And then we start getting 30 likes every live stream. So then I was like, hit the like button so we can get at least 40 likes. So we'll keep ramping it up. The more likes, the more likes, the better when it comes to the videos, as far as them promoting the video afterward. And that in turn helps more people see the video, and in turn that helps more people participate in all the live streams that we do in the future. So that's why I keep saying that. Because of that. All right, guys, any other questions? Any other questions, comments? I am waiting for Dolly, though. If she's still in the room, hopefully. I just want to see how she gets to 34 points per dollar, so you can maybe give some information to other people who might be interested in getting this Aspire card. Definitely, if you're getting 30 points per dollar, that would really make sense, even though the points aren't valued as much as some of the other, like Hyatt or some of the other chains. If you're getting all those points, which I had this discussion with a friend of mine who does have a Hyatt card or a Hilton card. He has the Surpass, like that Surpass level card. And he told me that, and that was the discussion that we were having. The discussion was, yeah, your points, you're earning more points, so they're not valued as high, but you're earning more, so it offsets, which is true. I mean, that does have a lot of truth to it. So if I'm earning more points, then it offsets the fact that those points aren't as valuable. But the danger comes in when I talk about like the IHG and the Marriott. Yeah, you can earn more points, but I want to have a strong, like Hyatt, the points go further, and I want to have that because if I'm using points from if I want to transfer points in from Chase, I want that value to be strong. So I don't want to transfer points in and then it devalues those points. Like in the best example I can give is you can stay at a Hyatt property, the Category 1 hotel, for 5,000 points. So when I transfer those points over 5,000, I could only need 5,000 points in order to stay a night. Marriott, I think it's like 15,000 points to stay a night at their lower end hotels. So you see the difference right there. I have the ability with the Ultimate Rewards program to transfer my points into Hyatt or to transfer my points into Marriott. But if I'm transferring 15,000 into Marriott, that's a lot of my Ultimate Reward points where I can transfer 5,000 for a Hyatt. So that's where I really want to save those points. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't like when they're not valued that high. It just seems, now if you want to just get that card, just get the Hilton card, just get the Marriott card, use that card exclusively, and you don't want to really deal with Ultimate Reward points or deal with American Express membership reward points. If you don't want to deal with that and just go with using that card and really maximizing on that card, then that makes sense. But if you get to a point where you need to top off, and this happens to me a lot, where I might use my World of Hyatt card, and let's say I have, this just happened to me where I had some points on my Marriott, or God, this is crazy. I had some points on my Hyatt card already, and I needed to top it off so I can stay those 3 nights at in Anaheim at the Hyatt place. And so I had to bring points in from my Ultimate Rewards program. So yeah, you just want the points to go as far as possible. All right, so Dolly, let's see. Because of the diamond status, it offers 100% bonus or 20 points per dollar plus the normal 14. Okay, all right. Okay, that makes sense. Wow, that is good value. She says it's on the points guy. Okay. 14 points for using the credit card, 10 points for being a Hilton member, and 10 points for being a Diamond member. Wow. Yeah, that's that. You can't argue with that. You can't argue with that. And you'd have to use that card, though, in order to reap all that. But yeah, that clearly makes sense. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Champ is asking if you couldn't live in Cali, where else would you live in the U.S.? I'm glad you said in the U.S. because my first thought was like I'd live in Colombia. You know what? That's a really good question, Champ. I haven't lived. Okay, so I have very limited experience. I've only lived in California, and I lived in Nevada for 3.5 years when I went to college. And I actually like living in Las Vegas, believe it or not. Not on the Strip, obviously. I like living. They have some really nice communities in Las Vegas. It does get hot, but it's dry heat. That's what we tell everybody. That's what we used to tell everybody. Oh, it's hot. It's so hot in Vegas. Oh, it's dry heat. You know, there's no humidity, so it's not bad. You just stay indoors during the day, and then at nighttime you come out, and at nighttime it's beautiful. The weather is beautiful at nighttime. So if I couldn't live in California right now and I had to move somewhere, I'd probably go back to Vegas and live there. live in like Green Valley, like live in the communities out there, not right by the strip. Yeah, that's probably where I would go. Or I'd go to Hawaii, Kauai. I actually love Kauai. Yeah, Kauai would be the first one on my list now that I'm thinking about it. What I like about Kauai is it's the closest to being in another country, but still living in the U.S. That I found. So because it's cultural, it's a whole different culture, and there's so many things that I could learn just by living in Kauai, in Hawaii, period. But the thing that I like about Kauai is it's a small community feel, and everyone is relaxed, laid back. There's not a lot of hustle and bustle and stuff like that. No one's in a rush really to get anywhere. Like they'll wait for you. It's funny when you come out and you make a right turn. You have to understand there's only like there's two major roads that go around. Or they don't even go around the whole island, but halfway around, like a C shape. That's pretty much the length. There's part of Kauai you can't access on a road. So it's crazy because there's a lot of some areas there is a lot of traffic because there's only really two lanes or two roads, and so you'll see people. They'll come to you'll be wanting to make a right turn, but you just have car after car just coming, and they're all at the same pace, right? Because everyone's pretty much driving slow, and so people will stop and just let you go in, and then it's kind of like when you're. I guess it happens in the States too, like in California it will happen. Like if you want to make a right turn and the cars are kind of stopped, they'll wait for you and then you can go. It's like that, but it's even more exaggerated. Like people will just stop. Like you want to make a left turn and people will stop on the other side of the road so you can make a left turn. So they'll do things like that too. And it's not really bumper to bumper traffic. It's just kind of a slow pace traffic. So the cars aren't stopped, they're moving, and then they'll stop for you so you can turn in front and all that. So I don't know. Yeah, I think Kauai would be my first destination. Plus, I'm a photographer. It's a beautiful island, it's a beautiful island. There's beautiful things to take pictures of, as well as if I want to do stuff like on the side, I can do wedding photography. Out there, which I do wedding photography here, but I mean I could do it out there as well. You can do wedding photography anywhere, I know, but there are a lot more weddings going on in that small space. There's a lot more weddings going on. Let's see. Right. Anything else, guys? Any other questions? And Sam saying you must have been Kapa or Lahui. Yeah, I was in Kapa. Yeah. Why? You said some of the other places are bad? Lahui is a little bigger. It's a little larger. But Kapa is really small, that area there. And that's where we stayed. And then my last, I don't know where the Grand Hyatt was. It wasn't quite Lahui. I don't think it was Lahui. But I stayed at the Grand Hyatt for my last night, which is not in Kapa. It was south. Sam is saying he knows the traffic there. Yeah. All right, guys. Any other questions? And like I said, I will be back on next week I will be back on Monday for another live stream, and it's just going to be a regular live stream, kind of like today. So what I'm going to start doing is pick a couple of topics, and then we'll discuss those topics, and then we'll do Q&A. So that's what I'll do. And then always, if you guys are interested in a travel credit card, just put it in the chat, and then we'll pull it up, and we'll take a look at it, and I'll give you my opinion, and you'll hear some of the people give their opinion in the chat as well. So if you're on the fence, or you're thinking about, or you're brand new to travel credit cards, you don't really know what's good and what's bad, because what happens, and this happened to me when I first started with these travel credit cards, is you just get overwhelmed with, like, you don't know what's what. And I would get on the points guy, I'd listen to all the stuff he would say, and the points guy is a really good resource, but it is a business too. So you have to look at it along those lines. So they might be pushing certain products because it's the right business decision for them to do so. So it is good to hear from people who actually use the cards, and not saying that the points guy they don't use the cards, because they do, but I'm just saying just hear from everyday people like me and the people in the chat. So if you have a question about a credit card, it's a perfect opportunity for you to say, hey, what do you think about this card? And I'll say, oh, I don't know. Let's pull it up. So we pull the card up, look at all the benefits, and then we can kind of tell you, hey, yeah, you know what? I've used this benefit. It works really well. Or this benefit doesn't work well. Or there's fine print on there that you have to know about. Like when they say, yeah, you get the auto insurance, and then you think, okay, well, auto insurance, that's cool. I don't have to get it at the when I rent a car. Well, certain cases you do, certain cases you don't. If you have a Chase Sapphire Preferred, Chase Sapphire Reserve, you don't. You get primary insurance. But some of the other cards are going to say that you get auto insurance, but it's secondary insurance, so you still need to have a primary insurance. So just different things like that, we can help you out. Because like I said, it's overwhelming. When I first started getting these cards, I didn't know what I was doing. And I got a couple of cards that I probably shouldn't have gotten, actually that I know I shouldn't have gotten. And it could have been avoided simply by someone telling me, yeah, you know what, that card's not that good. You should probably get this card. And then maybe in the future, if you want that card, you can go ahead and get it. But yeah, that's not the top card. In my time, it was the Citi Premier card. I thought, oh, okay, that's a top card. You earn more points with that card than you do with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Not knowing the value of the points with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. And then the fact that you should probably jump on Chase as soon as possible. Even though when I first got the Citi Premier card, the Chase, that unwritten 524 rule wasn't a thing. Or I shouldn't say that. It could have been a thing, but it wasn't really out there. People weren't talking about it like they are now. Okay. So Dolly saying, thanks for the great live stream. Hopefully everyone has a great sleep. Sleep well and dream of the big vacation you can achieve with points. Cool. Thank you, Dolly, for stopping by. And we're going to be getting out of here shortly. So if you guys are in here right now, just hit the like button. And we're going to go ahead and end the show for today. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Like always, you guys are supporting me, and it really makes me feel good. And it makes me want to do these shows. Like, I'm really, and I kind of talked about this, but I didn't get too much into it. But I'm really enjoying like doing the live streams, and this is one thing that I never thought I would enjoy. Like, I was a nervous wreck when I first started doing these, and they were going really bad. Like, I had a bad start today, but when I first started, it was like, and then I put out a couple of live streams, and I deleted them because it was like, oh my God, the audio's all messed up, and I'm all like choppy, like, you know, moving all around, and it was a mess. So it was something that I honestly, I started it, and then I gave up. I said, yeah, you know what, I'm not gonna do live streams. So I stopped doing it for like a month and a half. And I at that time, I was fine tuning. I was still trying to work on things because I wanted to do a live stream. I wanted to have it, but I wanted it to look professional. If it didn't, there's no reason for me to jump out and do it. So I took some time, I figured everything out, and I said, okay, I need this, I need that, I need this kind of lighting, and trial and error, and I finally got to the point where now I think it's pretty legit. I just need to work on some of my delivery sometimes, because sometimes I get a little, you know, frazzled or whatever, but other than that, I think it's working out, and I'm enjoying doing the live streams. I enjoy doing the live streams more than putting out the videos. And that's why, I don't know if you guys notice, but if you see my videos, I usually put it out as a premiere, because I still like to have that communication, like back and forth. And people are still not in, they're not, maybe just on my premieres, but people don't really talk very much. And there's been some premieres I put out and like, hey, what's going on, everybody? Crickets. I don't hear anything. No one says anything. And then some people will say something. So if you guys ever catch me on a premiere, just say what's up. Just say, hey, how you doing, or whatever. That's all you have to say. Usually the premieres the videos are 7 to 10 minutes, so they're not that long. But yeah, it's funny because I'll be like, hey, what's going on, everybody? And people were like, they don't say anything. And so I'm just sitting there like, okay, nobody's saying anything. All right. So Nate just saying, thanks, TEC. Great live chat tonight. Thanks for going over the Hilton cards. Got them on the radar for the future. Yeah, that's Nate just saying that. I would get that Aspire card, though, if anything. That's the card to get. Thanks for another awesome live stream, bro. I love your work, man. Until next time. All right, thank you guys all for stopping by, and thank you, Champ, for those kind words. And we will be on next Monday. I don't know why I keep forgetting the fact that it's like I'm coming on Monday. Every time I'm saying that, I have to think like, am I coming on Monday? Yeah. So next live stream will be Monday. And then we'll also have a live stream on Tuesday. I'll give you more information on the Tuesday live stream. It's going to be an interview, but the Monday live stream is just going to be, it's going to be yours truly, and we'll pick some more topics. Now, I just want to push a couple things before we leave. Facebook group, so join the Facebook group if you're interested in learning more about just what we talk about here. A lot of that stuff will carry over to the Facebook group, as well as the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group is more personal. Let's see. You can chat with me one-on-one on the Facebook group, on the WhatsApp group. So, and the reason for that is it's just more user-friendly. I'm able to just jump in there, and if you have a question, I can just answer it, or someone in the room will answer a question for you. And it's just like it's a group text is what it is. So, and then you can text people individually, so offline. So if you want to text me personally, you can do that in the WhatsApp group. So it's just, I like it a lot better because I'm on the move always. I'm always on the move. I'm at work, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I can easily pick up my phone and see, oh, I have a message, and then respond to that message a lot faster. So that's why I like that. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Like I said, thank you guys for stopping by. We'll be back on next, on Monday. And that's it, I think. Yeah. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.